So there is a new personality in the UFC, and his name is Josh Hokit. Josh Hokit, the heavyweight fighting Curtis Blades this weekend at UFC 327, has propelled himself into the media spotlight this week for maybe the wrong reasons, in my opinion, but I'll get to that. Basically, this week he was filmed at the airport, or not the airport, the fight hotel, in an interaction with Yiri. And this is the video, and then this was only the start of it because today was the media conference, the pre-fight media press conference, and Josh Hawkett had this whole performance on, wearing this like American thing, and he was just going off in terms of like doing these little, what do you even call them? These like rhymes and skits. I'm gonna get to them. They're really hard to watch, but I'm just kind of not the biggest fan of it, and that's kind of what I'm gonna go through in the video. How much I don't really like this guy. So I'm gonna watch. This is the thing that kicked it off. The whole thing about Yiri, the interaction with Yiri Pajka at the hotel. I believe it was the hotel anyway. So here it is.
Don't shake my hand then, homie. Why are you staring at me like that?
Like, even we're like what, a third or a quarter into the video, and it's like he has this like accent on and stuff like that. And just to mention, Josh Hawkett is just to give a further background. He's 8-0 at heavyweight. He's won 2 fights in the UFC, and you might remember that whole, or in his last fight, I believe it was in February or January. He done this whole like after the fight and in the interview, he done this whole like character persona. I think that's what he's trying to push. He's trying to push some character. I don't even know what the character is though. It's just the most like ridiculous thing ever. This USA character. Maybe he's trying to be like Strickland. I don't know, but it's the accent or the voice he's putting on. It just does not. He's like, just I'll play the rest.
You don't want to come up to heavyweight, dog. Sit your little ass down, homie. What?
He's talking to Yiri saying like, sit your little ass down, home, and it's like I'm cringing out here. Like, I can't watch this. I was debating making this video because I actually have to sit through and watch these, and the ones at the press conference are worse. I'll show you them in a minute. But he's talking to Yiri. Yiri just doesn't give a shit. Like, I'll show you the rest. It does show his face, and he's just like, what the? He's like, this is the European mind, you know, just docile, just normal European mind, and then meets an American and just like starts like talking about bald eagles and stuff. So this is the rest of it.
Heavyweight Baco, homie.
What you said?
I said sit your ass
What you said? He doesn't even know what he said.
down, homie. You won't come up to heavyweight, homie.
What you want?
Look at you getting mad, homie.
Josh, yo,
Straight up, dog.
That's enough.
It's like he's like instigating Yiri for this like fake promo that he's trying to do. He's trying to like rile Yiri up so he like comes after him so he gets like his name bigger. Obviously that's what's happened. His name has gotten bigger because of this, but it's all in the wrong ways. It's not because Yiri lashed out or something like that. Yiri's like, what are you saying? He's kind of standing up for himself because Josh Hawkett is just acting like some idiot, being like, come up to heavyweight and all that stuff. And it's like, bro, you just got in the UFC. Let's win against Curtis Blades, and then you can maybe start saying, come up to heavyweight, or I'll come to light heavyweight, or whatever. So it's just, and then the rest of the clip's kind of funny.
I'll show you how down I am, homie.
Stay where you are.
Stay where I am, dog.
Is Yiri talking and like back to him? He's like some like Yiri talks like he's just some like guard of some like royal palace. Like, stay where you are.
Yeah. Down.
I'll cut you with this lightsaber, homie.
Did you hear what he said? I'll cut you up with a lightsaber. This guy's like, what? I think he's 28 and he's talking about he's got a lightsaber. He's got a lightsaber. He's gonna cut down Yiri with a lightsaber. Yeah, this is this is hard to watch. This is hard to listen to. 28-year-old UFC fighter talking about lightsabers and Star Wars. There you go. And Yiri's just really cool about it. He just sits and really doesn't give a shit. So that's why he's one of the best fighters, one of the people's favourite fighters, Yiri. No matter if he's the champ or not, everyone loves him because he just does everything in the right way. And it's the exact same with this video. He just gets ambushed by Josh Hawkett talking about stupid stuff, and then he just does does his thing, you know, his whole samurai persona, and then he sits down. The aura of him sitting down was just too much to handle. The video just had to end. Yeah. So that was that. That was what was the kind of ignition point for this week's spotlight of Josh Hokit. And that was followed up today with the press conference. And at the press conference, look, this is what he was in. He was in this like American, what would you call them again? The I've just forgotten what they're called. The bandana thing, whatever. I know it's not a bandana, but you know what I'm talking about. And he's got gloves on, like in the Stars and Stripes for America. And I guess this is this whole character. He's literally, it just seems like he's trying to be Strickland. Or like Chandler, or Chandler Strickland, and like a mixture. If Chandler and Strickland had a baby, this is what it would be. It'd be Josh Hokit. So here it is. He does this like rhyme thing, and it's really hard to watch. And he does it about Dan Hooker. So he does.
I will never understand how Dan Hooker can like another man when you could come to the sand.
Okay, the video bot. But good time to say, talking about Dan Hooker and how what was it, like a month and a half ago, the Dan Hooker files released, and it was like Dan Hooker got caught by his side chick messaging a guy on like some random gay dating app or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. And so he's going after Dan Hooker for whatever reason. Why is the audio just cut out? Okay, let me reload this because this is not working for some reason. Here we go. This is it.
Never understand how Dan Hooker can like another man when you could come to the sand and see a nice booty with a nice tan here in Miami, Florida. What's up, Miami?
It's like, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to like win over fans and try and like create this personality, but it's just all the wrong ways. It's like, this is just cringe Americanism. This is cringe Americanism. We don't need this. We need distinct. We are not distinct. We need the unique, like your own person. That's the problem with a lot of these personalities. And I'll rant on about how the UFC need personalities, and that's how they sell the product. They sell the product. They sell the no longer pay-per-views, but still the same for like subscriptions and stuff like that for Paramount Plus. The reason they get people to buy the subscriptions or watch the event in general is by having personalities, controversy. That's why people like to watch Strickland's fight weeks. Even though his fights aren't the best, they can be boring at times. His last fight was pretty good, but most of the time his fights are quite stale, or it's him just kind of dominating over 5 rounds or whatever. But everyone loves the media week. The week before, when he's just talking about like, women, and he's talking about gay people, and it's like, that's the best. It's like the funniest stuff ever. But that's Strickland. Strickland, that's just him. He's not putting on some sort of, fake persona or character. That's just Strickland, and that's why everyone loves Strickland, or a lot of people love Strickland. Not everyone, but you know what I'm saying. Because that's just him, and it just flies off the tongue. Whereas Josh Hocket's having this whole like rhyme, or this whole poem, I've seen someone say, a more fitting word to call this, some poem talking about Dan Hooker and men, and that Miami has beaches and you can see women there. It's like, and it's just really cringy the way he's delivering it too.
No need to dread. Curtis doesn't use his head, and judging by his bottom lip, his tongue is probably dead.
So yeah, this rhyme, this poem, and then so he went from talking about the beach and talking about Dan Hooker and men to saying that Curtis Blade's bottom lip doesn't work, therefore his tongue is dead. Like, what? And Curtis Blades is just sitting there, just like, what the hell am I doing here? It's like, what? It's these lines. It's like, even if it was good, it'd be like okay, but this is like saying his bottom lip is not working, so his tongue's dead. Like that doesn't even make any sense. Your tongue does not make your bottom lip work. Like what? Because he has a slur. If you don't know, Curtis Blades has like not a slur. What would you call it? Speech impediment. He slurs his s's sometimes. Like he says th instead of s. So yeah, I guess that's what that was supposed to mean.
Curtis, have you ever been more popular than you're going to be on Saturday
And then this is Curtis Blades' response.
night?
I can easily understand why everyone here is booing this guy. Like, the clown act, I get it, but I wouldn't. Not my thing. I'm not going to engage.
Yeah, that's literally my response to it. It's like, you get why he's doing it, but it's like Curtis Blades is so uninterested and they're just unamused that it's like he doesn't even have a reaction. And that's so true. That's like what everyone's thinking, that most people are thinking. Like, I see what he's doing, but it's just completely stale and it's, you know, it's falling flat on his face because of how cringy it is. It is quite insufferable to watch this guy. Because he is, I see he's trying to like make a name for himself and all that stuff, but he's just doing it in the complete wrong way. And then afterwards, he said something else to Curtis Blades. He said this.
Title shots. Well, I know after this, I'll have to get.
Or after what Curtis
You
Blades
know
says
what
here.
sexual position ensures you have an ugly kid? I don't know, but Curtis's parents sure certainly did. And my
That this can't be how the UFC goes for the future of the company. I can't have these people becoming the new generation because no one's gonna watch it. Like, you had O'Malley come in and everyone was like, okay, but then he touches a microphone and everyone just doesn't want to watch his fights. And now we have this guy saying that calling Curtis Blades ugly, and then saying, oh, his parents know why. Like, what? Like, is this high school? Is this are we like 14 years old saying like you're calling people ugly? It's like, what? It's like, what the f is this? And then he continues.
right, Miami?
And then he's like, right Miami, and just everyone just like this fake cheer. And everyone's like, yeah. Oh, he said to cheer, yeah, we'll cheer, I guess. You know, it's because we're in the crowd and it's like insufferable.
I don't know what the hell he just said. What the fuck was that?
And that was everyone's reaction, yeah, because he's just saying the most random, just like forced stuff I've ever seen, and it's not even funny. And then the next thing, he says Curtis Blades was in Pizzagate, and if you don't know what Pizzagate is, actually, can I even say it on YouTube? Basically, it was about trafficking, coded language for children, stuff like that. And he says Curtis Blades is in it.
I gave a black guy a black eye. The simple answer is I'm full of hate because Curtis Blades was involved in Pizzagate. You sick bastard. You will pay. Am I
This is face. He just can't be bothered. So he's like, another poem saying that Curtis Blades was involved in Pizzagate, and it's like, a lot of the time when things are funny because they make sense, because they're true. That's why a lot of things are funny. They're not funny when they're not true and make absolutely zero sense. Like, yeah, Curtis Blades is in Pizzagate. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about right now? This isn't funny, and it's like, so you're saying like Curtis Blades is like a child trafficker? Like, what? It's like, it just doesn't make sense. It's just not funny. It's cringe. I'm like having to struggle watching this video, and yeah, I just have no other words for it. It's like, this can't be the future for the UFC. This can't be Dana White. And I think the reason why they have kind of given Josh Hokit the Curtis Blades fight, because obviously he's only 2 fights into the UFC. He is undefeated, however, he's getting a massive jump up the rankings. And I think maybe they're thinking, or when matchmaking this fight, they're like, well, we've got an undefeated guy. He's like trying to make a name for himself in terms of he's trying to like at least put out some sort of personality. So we'll give him a shot. We'll give him a shot against Curtis Blades, who's been kind of losing recently, and it's like no one really cares about him. So if Josh Hokit wins, it's like whatever. Okay, Curtis Blades is like, we've got a new name, because Curtis Blades isn't really a name anymore. And now I think they're having second thoughts, they're having regrets, because this guy is just cringing out the entire press conference. You've got Yiri there, who's like stoic as ever, stoic Chad Yiri, and then this guy's just like ruining the whole thing by making it cringy. And it's like, I can't even call it entertainment, because it's not entertaining at all. It's just like, I don't want to watch the clip. That's how much it's not entertaining and how much more it's just cringy to watch. So yeah, I think UFC are having second thoughts. Dana White says something after, I'm going to show you it. And yeah, so the next thing was he went after Yiri again. This is what he said to Yiri at the press conference.
You had an altercation with Josh Hokit at Media Day. What are your thoughts on Josh Hockit's antics, and did that distract you during fight week?
Who's the Josh Hawkins?
Just says who's Josh Hawkett. So obviously the reporter's talking about the video I showed you at the start, where they were at the hotel room or the hotel, and they were like Josh Hawkett was trying to instigate some sort of beef between himself and Yiri, and that's what he was asking. And then Yiri's like, who's Josh Hawkett? Because like he isn't really a name, obviously, like he's only just got into the UFC, and Yiri's just like playing into the whole like, you know, this guy's annoying. So he said like, who's Josh Hawkett? So yeah.
That's the answer.
Hey, dog! Hey, we could do
That's a good answer.
fucking open division, dog! And anybody can fucking get it, dog! Fucking middleweight to heavyweight, dog! I don't give a fuck, dog!
Can he stop saying dog? Can he stop? It's like, it's the fake voice as well. Like, that's not his voice. It's a fake voice. He's putting on this voice to sound like tough, and it's like, that's not. He's like, we can do an open division because Yiri's at light heavyweight, he's a heavyweight, and it's like Yiri does not want to fight you, not because he thinks you'll lose, but because you're not a name to fight. He's fighting for a title, you're fighting Curtis Blades, and you're being cringy while doing it.
Nice.
Am I right, Miami?
Okay. Unless this is a whole like misunderstanding and this guy's like trying to like make people hate him. Maybe he's trying to be cringy to make people not like him. Who knows? But I don't think that's the case. I think he's just a cringy guy by nature. And this is what Dana White said afterwards. Dana White said this. He said, this is the clip, here it is, and this is what he says. Here.
His character and kind of the way he's been promoting himself.
What do I think of it?
Yeah, what do you think of it?
It's not my thing. You know, it's his thing, not my thing. You can do, you know, all this type of stuff. What matters is Saturday and the fight. How do you perform on Saturday?
You could tell by just Dana's like demeanor there, and his tone was like, yeah, it's not my thing. He's trying to like not shit on Josh Hawkett, but if he really wanted to say what he meant, he'd just been like, he would have just said like, it's cringy because you can tell he's trying to be as like as what's the word, neutral as possible, to not like shit on his fighter who's fighting, because people still to watch the event, they've still to purchase their pay-per-view or purchase their subscriptions or whatever. So he's trying to save face for Josh Hawkett by not shitting on him, by saying he's cringy and by saying whatever, because everyone knows it's like, as I said, it's just cringy, it's like forced. This is so forced that it's not even funny, and it's not funny. So yeah, Dana is trying to do his best. I think he, as I said, he is having second thoughts and like about this guy, and they're probably going to tell him like, you know, just kind of don't be as cringy in the next one, you know what I mean? Even if he wins, just be like, don't be as cringy. They're probably hoping he loses at this point, I'll be honest. Nah, I don't think that. They probably want him to win just to kind of milk him out a bit more, because they milked out Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades isn't even like a personality, he's just Curtis Blades. And maybe they can make something off this guy if he changes his whole thing around. Maybe he turns, I think he's just trying to be like some cringy heel, or he's just trying to be a heel but it's turning cringy. And yeah, and he's got his whole lightsaber and stuff like that, and it's like, you do you, bro, you do you. But I really can't stand this guy. He's like getting really annoying with the, it's not the way he's doing it, it's not what he's doing, it's how he's doing it. Because it's like, yeah, you want to like instigate fighters or whatever and start like a beef or whatever, fine by me. But it's like the fake voice, it's the what you saying, dog? What you saying, dog? It's like, no one wants to watch that. That's just fake, and it's not funny, it's not entertaining, it's just cringy. Take a shot every time I said cringe in this video, you'll be dead. So yeah, but that's the whole video. Just this guy, I'm not a big fan if he keeps doing this cringy stuff. And if he loses, he loses. If he wins, he wins. It's whatever. I don't really care that much about his career. He'll probably win because he's got like 2 first-round knockouts. Who knows? He might get fraud checked, but whatever. So he's fighting on Saturday against Curtis Blades, and we need to wait and see. So yeah, that's the video. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Really helps out. If you have an opinion or disagree with my opinion, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I will see you later. Bye.